According to DNR Administrative Order 2014-02 or the revised guidelines for Pollution Control Officer accreditation, particularly in Section 10 of this department order, Section 10, Duties and Responsibilities of Accredited PCOs. The accredited shall perform the following duties and responsibilities. Among many, item number 3, attend to all permitting and registration requirements of the establishment prior to the construction, installation, or operation of pollution sources and control facilities. So, bilang pollution control officer, ano yung mga kailangan mong tingnan, kailangan mong gawin, lalong-lalo kapag accredited ka na ng EMB Regional Office? Sinabi dito to attend to all permitting, permitting requirements. Isa sa pwede nating tingnan dito, itong permitting requirements ng establishment ay itong nandito sa DAW 2005-10. Ang DAW 2005-10, Implementing Rules and Regulations of the Clean Water Act of 2004. Sabi dito sa Section 14, ano ang permit na tinutukoy dito? Section 14 ng DNR Administrative Order 2005-10 talks about discharge permits. I read and I quote, the department, referring to DNR, shall require owners or operators of facilities that discharge regulated effluents pursuant to this act to secure a permit to discharge. The discharge permit shall be the legal authorization granted by the department to discharge wastewater, provided that the discharge permit shall specify, among others, the quantity and quality of effluent that said facilities are allowed to discharge into a particular water body, compliance schedule, and monitoring requirement. So itong discharge permit ay isa doon sa kailangan nating tingnan kung available sa ating mga establishment bilang isang PCO. At kung saan yan kukunin, isi-secure ang permit na yan, just go to OPMS or the Online Permitting and Monitoring System. At ito ay sa opms.emb.gov.ph. opms.emb.gov.ph. If you will apply for discharge permit dito sa OPMS, syempre mag-register ka lang dito ng account, and once na makakreate na account at na-activate, mag-login sa system. So, dito ang ating application ng discharge permit. So, gagamitin mo lang ang iyong inactivate na email at syempre ang iyong password. So, once na makalagin dito, hanapin lang itong discharge permit button sa pinakababa and kumpletuhin ang steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, yun. Yun yung isa doon sa sinabi sa duty ng isang accredited PCO to attend to the permitting requirements. Meron pang mga permitting requirement ang establishment gaya ng nakasulat din sa DAO 2005 or DAO 2000-81. At ito naman ang implementing rules and regulation for RA 8749, otherwise known as the Philippine Clean Air Act. So dito sa ah, department order na to ay makikita din natin yung requirement ng ating establishment sa Part 6, Rule 19, Permit Regulations. At ito ay sinasabi sa department order na kung meron tayong mga sources of air pollution, dapat ay meron tayong permit to operate. So the permit to operate will be applied sa concerned regional office of EMB, permit to operate ng mga source emitting regulated air pollutants. Halimbawa, meron kang generator set, meron kang boiler, meron kang fuel storage tank, mga fuel burning equipment and other non-fuel burning equipment. Kailangan meron daw na permit to operate. So, para makapag-secure ng permit to operate, pupunta ka ulit dito sa ating online permitting and monitoring system. Hanapin mo naman itong permit to operate na to, na button. Just click on it and then mag-complete ng step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 para sa permit to operate application. So may mga iba't iba pang mga permits na pwede nating kunin sa DNR EMB in compliance with our duty as an accredited PCO. Isa pa sa sinasabi dito sa item number 3, attend to all registration requirements of the establishment. So kapag ka registration naman, may mga piling registration na kailangang gawin ng isang accredited PCO. Isa dito sa nakasulat sa DAO 2013-22. Ang sabi dito, DAO 2013-22, revised procedures and standards for the management of hazardous waste. So kapag ka ikaw ay isang waste generator, sabi dito sa chapter 3.3, I read the requirements for waste generators. Waste generators are required to register online and pay the registration fee to the EMB regional office, having jurisdiction over the location of the waste generator. A DENR ID number shall be issued by the EMB regional office upon registration of the waste generator. So, tatlong bagay na mahalaga, regardless of the volume of waste generation, especially waste that are toxic, reactive, ignitable, corrosive waste, we as waste generators are required to register online. So that's number one important point. At saan ba itong registration or online registration? So we can go to HWMS or Hazardous Waste Management System. So dito naman sa panibagong online platform ng DNR EMB, intended for the registration as waste generator. So all we have to do is, of course, register an account, kumpletuhin lang yung user registration form na ito, and once na makapag-create na account, makapag-link nito sa CRS itong account na ito, pwede na tayong mag-register mismo as waste generator. So ilalagay mo lang syempre dyan ang iyong email na ginamit during registration, and then kumpletuhin yung ating steps for the registration. So, yun yun. So, once na maka-login ka sa system, you need to complete step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 para sa registration as a hazardous waste generator. So, bilang waste generator, dito tayo nag-register sa hazardous waste management system. If you are the pollution control officer and you are representing establishment engaged in transport of hazardous waste, dito ka naman sa HWMS pa din. Dito ka naman sa transporter na button. Diyan ka naman mag ah, rehistro, or kung ikaw naman ay sa TSD, dito naman. So, tatlo ito: waste generator, transporter, and TSD facility sa mga nagre-register sa HWMS. So, bilang PCO, you are duty bound to register the establishment to the online registration system. So, dito nga, meron ditong kailangang bayaran. So, sa pagre-rehistro as waste generator, magbabayad ka ng 1,040 pesos sa EMB Regional Office. Once na mabayaran mo yung prescribed fee na ito, 1,040 pesos, at ang lahat ng mga documents na pinasa mo for the registration ay complete at acceptable, nabayaran na yung registration fee, then mag-i-issue na ang EMB Regional Office ng tinatawag na DENR ID number. So, isa pa lang yan sa kailangan gawin ng isang accredited PCO, itong registration requirement na ito. Meron pa dyan yung registration ng company profile. Dito sa company registration system through client.emb.gov.ph. Client.emb.gov.ph, yan yung company registration system ng DENR, Environmental Management Bureau. Dito, mag-register tayo ng ating company profile. Bibigay natin kung ano yung pangalan ng ating establishment, saan ang location, ano ang industry category or Philippine Standard Industrial Classification, who are the responsible officers magmula sa presidente, sa pollution control officer, sa managing head, at syempre yung mga relevant permits acquired sa DNR EMB before magrehistro. So, kailangan lang dito mag-create ng account, kumpletuhin ang user registration form na ito, and then mag-login sa account para i-register mismo ang company profile. So, isa sa natutunan nyo na kailangan din ng PCO gawin ay ang registration ng company profile sa DNR Company Registration System, and that is based on Section 10 Duties and Responsibilities of Accredited PCO Item Number 3. So, kung titingnan natin, isa pa lang yan sa mga duties and responsibility ng accredited PCO. Meron pang iba dyan. At ang mga duty na to, ang mga duties na ito, connected yan sa bawat isa. Halimbawa, itong number 3 na sinasabing attend to all permitting and registration requirements. Connected yan sa number 1 na duty. So, pagka ikaw ay nakinalimutan mo yung number 3, nakakalimutan mo na rin ang number 1. Itong sinasabing, together with the managing head, the PCO ensure compliance with the requirements of anong mga batas ito? PD 1586, RA 6969, RA 8749, RA 9003, then RA 9275. Kung mapapansin mo, meron ditong sinambit na requirements sa item number 1. Dito rin sa number 3, sinambit din yan ay yung salitang requirement. So, ano sila, connected silang dalawa. Kaya naman, kung ini-neglect natin yung item number 3, na-neglect na rin natin yung item number 1. So, yan yung kailangan nating tingnan na maaring eh, yung isang activity natin, isang duty and responsibility might affect yung other activities or duties and responsibilities. So, bilang mga PCO, kailangan nating tingnan ang mga duties and responsibilities. Ito ring sinasabi sa number 8, monitor compliance to the requirements. Yan na naman yung salitang requirements. Yan. Monitor compliance to the requirements specified in the Environmental Compliance Certificate. Tapos yung mga environmental compliance certificates natin, maraming conditions yan doon. So, we need to monitor kung nako-comply natin yung mga conditions na yon. At meron ding commitments doon sa environmental compliance certificate na nakasulat sa environmental management and monitoring plan. Kailangan din natin yung i-monitor kung nai-implement yung commitment. So, yung salitang requirements, maaring hindi sa permitting at registration, maaring sa mga conditions and commitments. So, kailangan natin na masiguro na nakukomply din natin yung item number 8 dahil magkakatabi, connected ang mga items na yan. Number 1, number 3, then number 8. So kapag nagampanan mo yung tatlong yon, most likely na gagampanan mo na rin yung iba pang mga duties and responsibilities. So babasahin ko lang itong nasa baba. The PCO and the managing head shall be held jointly and severally liable for any violation of PD 1586, RA 6969, RA 8749, RA 9003, RA 9275, their respective implementing rules and regulations, and other pertinent rules and regulations committed by the establishment. So, as a PCO, we need to perform our duties and responsibilities to ensure protection of our environment. Now, if we will perform our duties and responsibilities, sabi dito sa EMB Memorandum Circular 2020-28. And sabi dito, ang subject dito ay clarification on the renewal and revocation of pollution of accreditation of pollution control officers. Sabi dito, I read and I quote, the PCO must be able to prove the following, that establishment is compliant to, yan, yung mga batas na ito. Parehas to doon sa sinasabi sa DAO 2014-02 na the accredited PCO shall perform the following duties and responsibilities. Ensure compliance with the requirements of, yan, yung mga batas din. So, parang kala mo inulit lang, no? Ano ang gusto natin ditong i-project? Once we renew our accreditation as pollution control officer, pwede kung tayo ay siniguro natin na compliant ang ating company sa mga requirements ng batas, you will be recognized by DNR EMB and you will be given a certificate of recognition. Ganun din ang inyong managing head who happens to be your supervisor, immediate supervisor, or the next higher immediate supervisor. At syempre, ang iyong establishment na nire-represent makakatanggap ng Certificate of Compliance. So, bilang mga working pollution control officers, deserve mo na magkaroon ng accreditation, certificate of accreditation, at certificate of recognition, especially during renewal. So that's all. If you want to know more about the responsibilities of an accredited pollution control officers, please subscribe to this channel. Please share this video. Please like this video, and you are also encouraged to ask questions. Thank you very much for time listening. Thank you for watching this video, and God bless us all.